Fed's QT to end soon, but Powell warns Congress threatens rate control stability. Crypto at risk. Bitcoin. Fed Chair Powell says $6.6t balance sheet reduction could end within months while warning Congress threatens rate control as gold hits $4,200 up 59%. YTD and Bitcoin trades at $115,000. Crypto journalist. Hassan. Crypto journalist. Hassan. About author. Anas is a crypto-native journalist and SEO writer with over 5 years of writing experience covering blockchain, crypto, DeFi, and emerging tech. Author profile. Share. Copied. Last updated 6 hours ago. Federal Reserve, Fed, Chair Jerome Powell spoke on Tuesday that the central bank's 3-year campaign to shrink its $6.6 trillion balance sheet could end within months, while keeping the door open for further interest rate cuts. Speaking at the National Association for Business Economics conference in Philadelphia, Powell warned Congress against eliminating the Fed's ability to pay interest on bank reserves, stating such action would cause the central bank to lose control over rates. The announcement sent ripples through crypto markets. Arthur Hayes tweeted, "QT is over. Back up the King truck and buy everything." While Joe Consorti noted Bitcoin rose from $18,000 to $126,000 during QT. Gold hit a record high near $4,200, up 59% year-to-date, driven by rate cut expectations. Powell acknowledged downside risks to employment have risen, and suggested another quarter-point cut at the October 28, 29 meeting remains likely. The Fed has been passively reducing its balance sheet since mid-2022, when its holdings peaked at nearly $9 trillion following pandemic-era stimulus. QT program nears completion as labor market weakens. The Fed purchased enormous quantities of Treasury and mortgage-backed securities in 2020 to 2021 to lower long-term rates after slashing its benchmark interest rate to near zero. Since mid-2022, the central bank has allowed securities to mature without replacement, resulting in a reduction of roughly $2.4 trillion in holdings. Powell said, "Some signs have begun to emerge that liquidity conditions are gradually tightening, indicating further reserve reduction could hinder growth." However, the Fed has no plans to return to its pre-COVID balance sheet size of $4 trillion, noting non-reserve liabilities stand about $1.1 trillion higher than before the pandemic. The Fed chair defended against critiques from Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, who described quantitative easing as effectively a gain-of-function monetary policy experiment. Powell acknowledged that, with the clarity of hindsight, we could have, and perhaps should have stopped pandemic-era QE sooner. On employment, Powell noted both layoffs and hiring remain low, while households' perceptions of job availability and firms' perceptions of hiring difficulty continue their downward trajectories. ADP data showed companies shed 32,000 jobs in September. Congressional threat to Fed's primary policy tool. Powell issued stark warnings about lawmakers' efforts to revoke the Fed's ability to pay interest on bank reserves, its primary monetary policy tool since 2008. The Senate voted down such a proposal last week, championed by Senator Ted Cruz. If our ability to pay interest on reserves and other liabilities were eliminated, the Fed would lose control over rates, Powell stated. He warned that controlling rates without this tool might require large sales of Treasury or mortgage securities over short periods, straining market functioning and risking financial turmoil. The Fed currently operates at a loss due to rapidly rising interest rates. Powell emphasized these losses are highly unusual, and our net income will soon turn positive again, as it typically has been throughout our history. The government shutdown, which began on October 1st, has limited the Fed's access to key statistics. Powell noted that evaluating economic performance could become more challenging if the shutdown persists, although data available before indicated that activity may be on a somewhat firmer trajectory than expected. Crypto community sees bullish catalyst. The crypto community interpreted Powell's comments as validation for risk assets. Lark Davis called the potential QT end super mega bullish for Bitcoin and alts, while Chamath Palihapitiya suggested rate cuts would follow, criticizing Powell for being behind the 8 ball. In September, JP Morgan had already projected 2 additional rate cuts for 2025 and 1 for 2026. Chief U.S. economist Michael Farrelly noted, a major shift in labor market momentum would be needed to prevent another cut in October. The firm outlined scenarios for Fed easing cycles. In non-recessionary environments, the S&P 500 and high-yield bonds typically lead returns. In recessionary scenarios, treasuries and gold outperform. Gold's rally to $4,185 is driven by geopolitical uncertainties, central bank buying, and ETF inflows. StoneX analyst Matt Simpson noted the rally has also become a momentum trade, where traders pile in simply to chase prices getting away from them. Bitcoin faces correction risk despite QT optimism. Bitcoin trades at $115,321, positioned between the MVRV mean band at $96,526 and the plus 0.5 sigma resistance at $119,018. The MVRV framework compares Bitcoin's market cap to its realized cap, providing valuation insight relative to holder cost basis. Current positioning indicates that Bitcoin is approximately 19.4% above fair value, having retreated from extreme overvaluation near $141,510. According to analyst Ali Martinez, Bitcoin must reclaim $119,000 to maintain its bullish momentum. A failure would indicate a potential correction toward the $96,500 mean band. As it stands now, Bitcoin faces an unfavorable risk-reward scenario, with a 16.3% downside potential to its $96,500 fair value versus limited upside, while trading below the $119,000 resistance level. Failure to reclaim the plus 0.5 band suggests consolidation between $110,000 and $120,000 before a probable correction toward the MVRV mean. The $119,000 level is a critical test to determine whether bull momentum continues or a correction toward $96,500 to $100,000 materializes. Follow us on Google News. Trending news. Recommended popular crypto topics. Price predictions. XRP price prediction. SEC filings hint at imminent ETF launch. Is this XRP's moment to hit $1,000? WazirX wins court nod in Singapore for debt restructuring scheme. CEO says Fed Chair Jerome Powell's speech tomorrow could trigger a crypto market crash. Here's what to expect. Kostya Kudo. What we know about crypto traders' suicide. New ChatGPT predicts the price of XRP, Dogecoin, Pepe by the end of 2025. Price analysis. XRP price prediction. Ripple's Swell 2025 event could change everything. 3-week countdown begins now. 15 hours ago. By Alejandro Arich. Bitcoin news. Why is crypto down today? October 14, 2025. 1 day ago. By Seed Fadil Pazik. Altcoin news. Crypto whale opens new $163 million Bitcoin short after $192 million win. 2 days ago. By Amin Ayan. Best crypto to buy now in October 2025. Top crypto to invest in. 21 hours ago. By Alan Draper. New cryptocurrencies to invest in today. Top new crypto coins. 1 day ago. By Inesis Tavares. 14 best crypto presales to invest in 2025. Presale crypto list. 1 day ago. By Alan Draper. 15 new and upcoming Coinbase listings in October 2025. 5 days ago. By Elijah Rankovich. 13 new and upcoming Binance listings in 2025. 1 day ago. By Elijah Rankovich. The next crypto to explode in 2025. Our top picks. 23 hours ago. By Elijah Rankovich. Bitcoin, BTC, price prediction 2025 to 2030. 7 hours ago. By Leon Waters. XRP, price prediction 2025, 2026 to 2030. August 29, 2025. By Eric Huffman. Ethereum price prediction 2025 to 2030. October 3, 2025. By Ben Beto.